Hi, Ray. It's Joe with PrepAgent with my friend Maria. Maria, pronounce your last name. Nieto? Nieto?
Nieto. Yes,
Nieto.
Nieto.
So today we're going to talk about building a team around you because we have a lot of people who get into the business. And as we spoke about in another video we did, you started right out of the gates and you were awesome. And I think what you're about to tell me is having the right people around you will really help with that.
Correct. Exactly. Absolutely. And it starts, so first of all, hi guys. Thank you. And thank you, Joe, for bringing me back. So yes, we were talking about having a good team behind you. And I know coming out of, right out of real estate that you may not have that guidance. So the first thing obviously would be, I would get a mentorship 100%. And then from that, what I will start doing is build the relationships with people such as title companies, lenders, insurance companies. I'm trying to think, inspectors. That's another big one that you need to have in your back pocket. like,
So when you think about teams, just to be clear, we're not talking about people working for you. We're talking
correct.
about people who have interest in the same field as you that you kind of want to work with. You believe they're good people. You believe that you can exchange leads, that you trust them,
Yeah,
like that kind of thing, right?
exactly. Because you build that relationship with, let's say, a loan officer, right? So what is that loan officer after? If that loan officer has a good relationship with you, what do you think happens if they hear or if they have a client that's wanting to get pre-qualified or pre-approved, but they don't know a real estate agent? You know, they'll put
Yeah.
you in, yeah,
So do me a favor. Let's just make it real clear for me. Let's list some of these people. So one, you said a loan officer.
loan officer, yes.
Two, a title rep.
Title, correct. So the ones we're
What's
going to be doing the process of making sure the property has clean title. So title company, super important.
three would be an inspector.
An inspector, yes. Have at least 2 or 3 that you trust because your deal can fall through at an inspection.
Right. What's another one? Or you think those are the big three?
So big threes, let me see if I'm missing somebody else. An insurance, sometimes having somebody, a good insurance person that's gonna quote your home. I would know maybe 1 or 2. But
And the key thing about these people, is you mentioned the deal falling through. They can make sure the deal fall through, but they could actually help you get business. They want to see you get
wow.
business. So I want everybody to understand why it's so great Maria's bringing this up. Is the real estate agent is the portal to all those people being able to live, right? Because those people don't promote to the public. I mean, maybe a little bit, but more or less they get their business from real estate agents.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are doing well, they're doing well. So sometimes you'll see lenders, even if it's just simple advice or kind of guiding you, they want to see you do well because if they build you up, that's in essence, they're going to build themselves up.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing right now with the lender I'm currently working with. We built a great relationship, a good foundation. I trust them. And it's funny because every time I try to work maybe with a different lender, I was like, you know what, let me try them out or let me see what the other lender does. Something always happens. Something always happens in my transaction that it's just, it doesn't work. So it's great to have somebody that you can call at any time or have any questions, because if you're new out of this game, you're going to have a million questions in a transaction, and you want to make sure you feel comfortable and confident that you can pick up the phone and be like, hey, you know what, it's whatever 12 o'clock at night, but I have a question, this is going on, I need this, I need that. So
Right, and there's different rules of what they could tangibly do for you to help you get business.
mhm,
But on a simple level, if you have questions, like you said, whether it's during the transaction, or even to get you going, if they know you're serious, like you're the real deal, you really want to do this, there's a good chance they're fine going to Starbucks with you and sitting there getting coffee or getting on a Zoom call like we are right now and giving advice. Because if they're good, they've probably seen a ton of agents. A lot of people do stuff. If they don't think you're serious, they're not going to want to spend their time. I mean, time is valuable. But if they know you are the real deal, there's a good chance they'll sit there with you and say, okay, what did you do today? They're kind of going to help coach you through it a little bit. I mean, would you
correct.
agree?
100%. Yeah, I agree with you. I
Right. And
do.
you want to get mentors in whatever form you can, right?
Yes.
Whether it's from the
Yeah,
lender,
yeah, I would have a mentorship too. If you can maybe sit down also with your title company and say, hey, I want to go over the closing document, you know, just for your knowledge, for you to know, okay, so this is what goes in the seller's closing. This is what goes, you know, in the buyer's closing. And you're more aware when you sit down and you start listening and you start hearing the same thing over and over and over and over again, you're going to know it by heart. And it's going to make you more knowledgeable when your buyer or your seller does ask you a question that pertains to either lending or, you know, closing.
I have an idea. Tell me what you think. Okay. All right. What if people went up to these either lender, title rep, escrow officer, and they said, I need 10 minutes of your time, maybe 15, maybe even 20 if you're so generous. And then you sat with them and said, I'm dead serious about doing this. I'm going to make it work either with you or however it's going to take. I'm going to make it work. You see a ton of agents, a ton of brokers. I need you to tell me what I could be doing better. Just tell me what I could do better. I'm humble. I'm hungry. I'm ready to go. Just whatever tips you have for me, just let me have it. You know, don't hold back. I'm not sensitive. I want to get this done. My success is more important than my pride. What do I need to do? You've seen 100 agents probably this month, you know, so what do I need to do? What do you think of that?
Excellent.
I got excited hearing it.
Excellent idea. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's now because of social media, you can like literally just DM somebody and be like, hey, how are you? I know, let's connect. You know, start from there. If you maybe don't know somebody in your area or because of obviously what we're going through right now, because of the virus, you can't meet face to face. But you can do this, you know, a Zoom meeting, 10, 15 minutes.
And then that lender, right, or that title rep, or whoever it may be, will think of their heads like, okay, this person's for real, which means I got to get on this bandwagon before it gets going. Because when this person gets going, whether it's Maria or whoever else, there's going to be a lot of business coming through them. So I want to make sure not only she's successful, but she knows that I care about her success.
Correct. And that you're there for her or him. And then when you find that team, when you find that connection with that person, I'm telling you, everything's just gonna, all your transactions, you're just gonna you know, it's completely different. When I have a transaction and I know that my lender's the one working with the loan, my title company is the one doing the closing, I can kind of step back a little bit and be like, all right, they're in good hands, you know?
Right. And then after a transaction's done, you can have a little meeting with them, be like, all right, what went wrong here? What do we need to do better? Everything's great. Okay, what should I do to get my next business?
Yeah.
Because I just want to emphasize, I think if people know you're serious, there's a lot of people who get their license. And people in this business, whether it's a broker, a lender, a title rep, they got to filter through all these people who are not serious. Yeah. So if they get the feeling that you are serious, people will move mountains for you if they know that you're real. And when I said like mentorship comes in different ways, I know that you actually will have a mentor. Many of us have a mentor. I just mean advice could come from different sources. Yeah. I mean, that's all I meant. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Having different mentors and I guess in different specific stuff, even with going back to an inspector, I like to get on the phone with them and be like, can you explain to me the report before I, you know, send it over to my client? Because I want to make sure that I understand, okay, well, whatever, the electrical, there's something wrong with the electrical, but I want to be able to explain it to my client in a way that they understand and that they're not scared, you know, or taken back by the report. So having that conversation with an inspector and being like, hey, tell me everything, the good, the bad, what it is that I'm able to maybe fix, or tell them that, you know, it's having that for like that conversation, starting off with anyone.
Right, because as you started this as a team, they want to be on that team. They want to be part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, good stuff. Anything else? I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, me too. Short, simple, sweet, to the point.
Yes. Well, all right. Well, this is Joe from PrepAgent with Maria Nieto.
Nieto. There you go. You said it. We're going to have it done by the third time. We're going to say it fluently.
Yes, that'd be great. All right, guys. Bye.
All right, guys. Bye.